I can't write without music. When I sit down, the music goes on, the volume goes to 11, and a lot of times the emotional content of whatever I happen to be listening right then will seep into what I'm working on. Every story I've ever worked on gets a certain set of songs that I listen to over and over again while I'm working on the book. What I was really listening to a lot while I worked on Horns was Kiss. I just couldn't help myself. You know, the devil rock and rolls all night, and parties every day. Horns is about a guy named Iggy Parrish, a good guy, a decent guy. He's a guy who's always tried to do the right thing, and life reaches out and whaps him between the eyes. His girlfriend is killed, and even though he's never sent to jail for it, everyone, including his family and friends, believe that Ig is probably the person who did it. And it sends him into a downward spiral. Some time passes, and then one night he goes out drunk to rave and curse God. And when he wakes up the next morning, he discovers he's grown horns and has inherited all the powers of the devil. For me, the most fun part of writing is coming up with an outrageous situation, but then trying to think my way through it in the most believable and authentic possible way. One of the questions the book kind of pokes at is, if you knew the worst in people, could you still forgive them? To me, I think that's sort of the fundamental nature of the devil. He's the person who sees what's worst in us. I sort of have this idea about the devil that he's really in every story. There's always a character who walks on stage and pulls the other characters towards what's worst in them. I think ultimately the devil is a character who enters a story to reveal the truth about people. I guess I wrote the book because I like the idea of taking a character who seems unsympathetic and seeing if I can get the reader to care about him for a few hundred pages. And you really couldn't find a more unsympathetic character than the devil. I guess I wrote the book for money. Money and chicks.